Hi, this is Deirdre Quarnstrom. I lead the Minecraft education team, and I'm here in San Antonio at ISTE with Dr. Wendy Loewenstein.
Hi.
So, could you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Omaha Virtual School?
Absolutely. My name is Wendy Loewenstein. I'm the director of Omaha Virtual School in Omaha, Nebraska. We are the first virtual school in Nebraska, and we serve currently kindergarten through 8th grade students, and we're adding 9th graders in the fall. We use a blended learning environment for our school.
So, tell us a little bit about how you got started with Minecraft.
Minecraft was just a natural addition to our school. We just finished our very first school year. So, in last fall, when we were just kind of determining how we were going to engage students in learning in the face-to-face environment, and then also at home, we were already in Office 365 school district. So, and Minecraft was just there, ready to go, and we would have been silly to overlook it. And so, we just kind of jumped in feet first and have just been loving it ever since.
What's been the biggest surprise for you and your teachers?
The biggest, well, I would just say, I mean, our students really, really love Minecraft, and we knew that would happen. But I think what's really surprised me, just from my perspective as the director of the school, is just watching how our teachers are so comfortable with letting the students take control and help one another out, and even go to the front of the room when there's something that we can't figure out. So it's really, Minecraft has really turned our classroom into an environment that everyone is learning, and it's something great about the teachers in our school too, is that they know that they don't have to be the experts, because they won't be the expert in Minecraft, and that's okay. So.
I hear sometimes it can be intimidating when every student in the class knows more than the teacher does about a subject. So, how have you find who's been successful in sort of navigating that early on in these first few months of using Minecraft?
Well, I mean, really, when it goes all the way back to the fall and in August, when we were going to use Minecraft, and we pretty much sat in the room together, myself and our 5 teachers, and we just opened up Minecraft and started playing with it. And so none of us really knew what we were doing. We were searching on the Minecraft education website, which was really helpful, and we just learned it ourselves. And I just told them, let's just go with it. You don't have to be the expert. And they did. They took a leap, and it's paid off immensely, just for the engaged learning environment that we have in our school.
So you already have like you said, a sort of student-centered approach and project-based learning approach. What kind of benefits have you seen where you've been using Minecraft?
It takes the learning into a platform where students can explore and navigate, and there are multiple ways for them to show their understanding. Even when our 4th, 5th grade teacher was teaching perimeter and area, and you can do the simple substitution of just having them make the blocks, and doing the area and the perimeter. But then from there, okay, so next we're going to build a business, and you're going to sell something, and let's figure out how big business needs to be successful, and then just continually building on that substitution of what you can just do with blocks, but then move it to Minecraft, and then take it to that way deeper level where students just get it because they want to get it, because they want to build. So it's been great.
I think for people who aren't as familiar with Minecraft, the blocks, to sort of understand blocks, and so translating that to a math exercise, like you said, perimeter and volume, seems sort of logical. But building a business, tell me a little bit about how the students engaged in that process.
Yeah, that was for 4th, 5th grade economics unit that they were doing, and our teacher, Mr. Devin Jamshidi, hey Devin, he wanted to get the students thinking beyond just writing about the business. So he took the persuasive writing approach, and was engaging them in just how would you get a loan to build your business, and write a letter to the loan officer, and then also thinking about, again, the design of the business, whatever it was, whatever the students want. So we had, one of my favorites was a pizza shop, and it was adorable. I mean, he thought about, I'm sure the 5th grader wouldn't want me to call it adorable, but it was wonderful. Where he had the booths, he had the wall hangings, he had the counter, and he had thought about where he would strategically place those in his business. So it was more than just the writing and thinking about the economics and what goes into a business, but the design aspect where his creativity could just flourish. And then he was able to create an advertisement for it as well. It just blew up into a multidisciplinary project that hit so many standards, some that were planned and some that weren't actually.
What were some of those surprises?
Well, I think it was the amount of detail that the students put into their projects. And when you think about students in the writing process, I'm a former English teacher, always struggling to get students to write more detail.
Mm-hmm.
For us, even flipping that upside down and have them build and then maybe write about what they built, because they can see it first and they're designing it and they're just creating it. They're just doing it. And then write about it to explain it. It kind of flips it upside down a little bit, but it gives the students more confidence and they have their content and their material right there. So
that's really great. So one thing that I've heard from teachers is it can help engage those students who maybe aren't as comfortable in a traditional classroom environment, who are maybe a little bit quieter in class or maybe have a harder time staying sort of on task. Do you see the same thing?
Absolutely. I mean, our school learning environment is very non-traditional. Like I said, we have a blended learning environment. So students come to school once a week, face-to-face for 3 hours. The rest of the learning occurs online at home with their parents or learning coach. And so when they do come face-to-face, we've got a wide range of learners. We've got those kiddos that are confident and they're excelling. We've got kiddos that are average. We've got kiddos that are below grade level. But what Minecraft really does is it levels the playing ground. And even our kiddos who might be struggling a little bit, they can be, and some of them are, the Minecraft experts. And so it just builds up their confidence when that student who, is struggling with reading or writing, but he can run up and help Mr. D at the front figure out how to make Minecraft do this thing. He just shines, and that was probably one of my favorite moments of the whole school year, actually.
Yeah, it gives me goosebumps. So just the ability to have a student demonstrate their skills and something like that and build confidence. It's really
amazing. And then use that to help him learn math. You know.
So how have your teachers? I'm sure this is different, but do you have any examples of how they've integrated Minecraft into their curriculums? You mentioned the economics teacher and how he's doing that.
Yep. So in the second, third grade math class, we one of the activities that Mr. D did was with graphing. So he had students, and I can't remember if he did it or if the students did it, but he put different animals in a pen, and he had them graph the different types of animals and building the graphs on Minecraft. And then he had students pose questions to other students about each of their graphs. And so he kind of flipped it around a little bit where the students were doing the creation of the graphs and then asking questions about the graphs instead of a worksheet. And the kids loved it. And another one was, of course, I mentioned the building the business. That was really good. Miss Rogers in the kindergarten first grade classroom had students build out their sight words in Minecraft, and that was fun and interesting for them. And then I know she also took a lesson actually off of the Minecraft Education Edition where students followed the past. I think it was like an alphabet lesson that she used. That was the students loved it, and they were all over the world following their path, the blue path or the yellow path, and just really engaging them in literacy with Minecraft. Not many people think that you can do that, but you can, and I know that Mr. Gamble in the 6th through 8th grade classroom, he had the students do interactive food chains and food webs that his mind was blown with some of the cool stuff that the students came up with. And the one that I really liked was the building of the roller coaster in the middle school where they worked on force and motion and talking about energy and all of that, tying in all of those standards in a very fun and interesting way. And the kids loved it. And some of the stuff they did was amazing.
So they built a roller coaster and they were using physics concepts, I'm guessing, in that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then they did a Powtoon video explaining how and why those different concepts tied into their roller coaster. So they had to give specific examples of each of those components.
So some people might say Minecraft isn't, if you sort of know Minecraft, it's not exactly like real life. If you chop down a tree, the leaves stay floating in the air. So do you run into that with it, even in the roller coaster example? Like gravity in Minecraft is different from gravity in the physical world. How do your teachers deal with that?
I don't think that's never been an issue for us. Is that weird?
No,
it's never been an issue for us just because it's Minecraft. That's never come up. So I got nothing.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, we don't question it. I mean, it's Minecraft. It is what it is. We couldn't imagine our school without it. In fact, I think on the last day of school, the students were more upset that they were turning in their devices because they wouldn't have access to their worlds over the summer. And I'm still getting emails from parents saying, will they still have their worlds in the fall? So, it's been a great addition to our school, and I can't imagine it ever going away. Please don't let it go away.
No, we're all in on it. That's really great to hear. So one of the other critiques that we hear sometimes is about screen time. But I think what you described, there's sort of research that's happening and there's collaboration. So how much of their sort of Minecraft project time is spent in the game playing versus some of those other activities before, during, and after?
Oftentimes, because we use the station rotation model when we do meet face-to-face, so oftentimes the teacher will do a whole group demonstration or instruction, and then they'll do, for example, Mr. Jamshidi with the area and perimeter. He would teach that whole group, then do small group more focused on the skills and figuring out and doing those checkpoints to see if students have grasped the concept. And then on independent station, that's a technology station, where then they would be applying the concepts from the whole group instruction and from the guided and shared instruction to more independent. So, it's not like they're on their screens the whole 3 hours that they're with us. And it's a healthy dose of practicing their skills.
Yeah.
And so now I will tell you that I do think that, we are a one-to-one school, so students go home with their devices that have Minecraft on it. I do think that our students, our parents learn very quickly that they're not doing their lessons if they hear incessant clicking on the mouse. Like, you are not reading right now. You are in Minecraft. Yeah. Shut it down. So I think there is a little bit of a struggle with that at home, but that's something that our parents and our students have had to work through, and we've provided some materials for them to, with the time management. And actually, some of our families use Minecraft as an incentive, and we really encourage the families too. I've done parent training on Minecraft, not so they can build something in Minecraft, but so they can engage in conversations with our students and ask them about, the creepers, or, well, if your kindergartner is crying because their world got destroyed or they died, that's because they're in survival mode and you just want them to be in creative mode. Right. Just to have those morsels of information for the parent to leverage and engage in conversations, and for them to say, wow, you built that great glass castle. Why don't you write that out and describe who lives in that, and just to kind of take that Minecraft to the next level and get students thinking and engaged in the content areas as well.
Yes, so giving parents a little bit of the vocabulary they can use.
Yes, and it's when our parents are willing to sit down and learn a little bit more about it, which they always are, they're able to shift their learning environment home a little bit too.
What kind of advice would you give a school leader who's maybe on the fence or considering bringing Minecraft in?
Our staff is small. I have 5 teachers, and I think you need to start small, and those teachers who are eager and willing and ready to take those risks and work through some of those classroom management components and some of the instructional components, even the assessments, the rubrics and whatnot. So I would recommend to start small with a couple teacher leaders and share out successes, and also share out some examples of failure, because that's how we have learned a lot, is what doesn't work. And so start small, but it's definitely worth the risk, because it has shifted our learning environment drastically.
So how do you assess work that's done in Minecraft?
That's something that we are working on for the fall. This first year, it really was get in there and get the students engaged in the content areas in Minecraft. Our teachers do have rubrics, but sometimes they're worried that rubrics might limit creativity. So we're kind of looking at, along with our project-based learning approach, on how we can have rubrics and not be the end point for students, where it can still open up to a lot more, because oftentimes, it's just amazing what students will do. And if the student sees that this is what you need for advanced, then they'll stop. Right? So I definitely think rubrics, we'll continue using those rubrics, but we want to shift that to make sure that we're not hampering any student creativity, and making sure that the point of the students working in Minecraft is to practice these skills and to show us that they know the skills and standards that we're looking at. So that's the point of it. And if they go above and beyond, awesome. Give them the time to do that. And so that's what we're working on the fall. And the Minecraft Education website has so many great lessons on there that I'm using some of those as some model practices for how we will implement Minecraft in the fall. For example, there's an economics lesson on there that was nicely done. So
yeah, so we on education.minecraft.net we have over 200 lesson plans that have been submitted by educators around the world and approved by board certified educators and some partners like the Council for Economic Education.
Yes, that was
on scarcity.
Yep.
Yeah, there's so much variety in there. I think people are surprised when they start to go and look and investigate.
And the structure of those lessons has really helped us reframe how we think about how we're using Minecraft in order to implement best practices. So, yeah, that's our focus for next year.
Yeah, that's great. Have there been any features in Minecraft that you've particularly enjoyed or the teachers have taken advantage of?
Well, when you talk about assessment, I forgot to mention the portfolio and the camera. Yeah. So we use all of our teachers have OneNote class notebooks, and oftentimes, especially if it's a station rotation that I described before, in that independent work, a way a student shows what they've done is taking a picture of their world in the camera, of demonstrating that skill and plopping the picture into the OneNote notebook. And so, I don't know what we would do without the camera and the portfolio component. Those are my favorite.
Yeah. So they're in there. They're in Minecraft. They've done some planning. They're in the game. They create something. They build their store, and then they're taking pictures and then sort of putting that out into their OneNote book and submitting that to the teacher.
Yep. It works out great. So
that's great. And the students, do you see differences between like how boys and girls engage with this?
No. I mean, I feel like boys and girls are equally engaged. And no, I really don't. I mean, it seems to be the same. I don't see any differences.
That's great. You have the ocelot there.
Yes. So our school, we just started it last fall, and we didn't have a mascot. And so we had the kiddos all come up with suggestions. We had the parents vote, and then we had the kids vote on the last three options that we had. One was pixels, one was the ocelot, and I can't remember the third choice. And so our school mascot is the ocelot, and it's kind of like a Minecraft insider thing. So, we're Omaha Virtual School ocelots. And if someone knows Minecraft, they know.
Yes.
Otherwise, if they don't, what's an ocelot? Wow. You're going to have to find that.
Yeah, so that's great. I'm so happy to see that.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I want to take this home with me right now.
We'll see if we can negotiate.
Yes, I'll sneak it in my bag. So, yeah.
That's really great. I think it's funny because I've talked to teachers who have said all of a sudden there's a generation of kids that are coming into school and they know about obsidian, and they know obsidian is formed when lava cools quickly. And
yes.
They sort of took a little bit to make the connection to Minecraft, but there's some sort of basic concepts that maybe we wouldn't be exposed to until we were a little bit older. That they're coming into first grade knowing about obsidian.
Well, and even thinking about the materials that are out there, and I'm sorry, we could talk all day about, why did you choose that material to build your building? And just, again, another conversation to have with your students. So
yeah. Now, Minecraft's really blocky. Does that become a hurdle at all in any of the lessons that you've done?
Nope. I mean, no. I mean, we really, to me, and I guess I could ask my teachers, but it hasn't. I think when the kindergarten first graders were making their words, that may have been an issue. Now that I think about it, but they just figured it out.
Yeah,
it wasn't a big issue.
Yeah, we have probably a generation of great font designers who are thinking about like challenges and how to build
right. But they figured it out, and then again, they're talking about letters. Like, how do you make a C with blocks? Well, what does a C look like? And so those conversations are still very engaging and amazing to think about for kindergarten first graders who are working with letters and words.
For sure. So. All right, so I want to challenge you now. What kind of things do you want to see from my team in Minecraft Education Edition for the next school year as you look ahead to things you'd like to see?
You should have prepared me for that one.
Oh. Your teachers are probably out there shouting things at you.
One thing, it happened because we have 3 different cohorts of students. And the very first day, I don't know if we can do anything about this, probably not. But the very first day in kindergarten, first grade, when we got the kids in Minecraft, they all dug themselves all the way to the bottom. Yes. And they could not get out. They were like, where am I right now? And it was probably if I was a fly on the wall, I would have been rolling around, dying, because every single one of them had dug themselves all the way to the bottom. So maybe
I think there's maybe certain rites of passage in Minecraft. There's digging straight down, and you learn pretty quickly. I think we can get you a poster that says "Don't dig straight down." I think that might help.
that might help. That was hilarious. It was fun, but I learned a lot on how to get out from under the world. Gosh, I don't know. I do know. So we love the camera. We love the portfolio. We've been able to pair it with screencast applications to be able to do a video of the world and have the kids voice over and describe it. Can you do that? I mean, we've paired it with other apps on the computers, but that would be great.
Yeah, we'll look more at that. We can look at that.
Because right now you have to mash together a couple different applications, and that's pretty powerful.
Yes, yeah, the storytelling aspect is definitely a part of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we use the signs and everything, but if they could voice over.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I will take that back.
Bring it.
I can't do anything about digging straight down. I think that's something you just learn from experience. So learning opportunity.
Yeah.
So if people want to get in touch with you, if they have questions about what you're doing with Omaha Virtual School or how you've implemented Minecraft, what's the best way for them to engage with you?
My Twitter handle is at WendyL612. My birthday is June 12th. And
happy birthday.
Thank you. And just reach out to me on Twitter, and our school Twitter handle is at OPS_virtual. And our teachers are amazing. At Gamble TG is our 6th or 8th grade teacher. I could list them all, but really reach out to us. We'd love to engage with you and your students and brainstorm with you on Minecraft, because we can and will always be getting better and challenge ourselves to push the limit with Minecraft in our classroom. So
great. Thank you so much. Yeah. So we are here at ISTE for the rest of the week. If you're following along at home, look at the hashtag #NotAtISTE, and our Twitter handle is at PlayCraftLearn. You can find a lot of the resources that Wendy talked about at education.minecraft.net. There are connections to the Minecraft mentor community, over 200 lesson plans, and then tutorial and training videos. You can also follow the big purple Get Started button, where you can download a free trial of Minecraft Education Edition. And if you are associated with a school and have a school email address, you can log in and do a free trial. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.